Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty.
What's up, guys? I was talking to a Facebook friend on one of the GLP-1 communities that I belong to, and he asked me if I was a vegetarian. I said I wasn't, because I do eat fish and shellfish. So that got me to thinking, what is this new diet plan that I've adopted? I'm not a vegan, because I do again eat fish, shellfish, and eggs and cheese. I'm not a vegetarian because again I eat seafood, and I'm not on keto. I can't necessarily call it that, because with keto there's no legumes, and I love lentils. So, and it's also not a paleo diet exactly, because I do eat dairy, especially cottage cheese and regular cheese for protein content. And after reading some information and doing a little research and comparing the points of views, I guess it's safe to say that I am a Pegan. And basically that is a combination of the paleo diet and vegan, so Pegan. And the Pegan diet is basically made up of a combination of those two things, with vegetables and fruits making up at least 75% of your daily meals. Now, with the Pegan diet, you can eat lean meats, but I'm choosing personally not to eat meat, and I haven't had meat in about 3 months or so now. Almost 13, 14 weeks, and it's been great for me. That's just my choice. The vegan part is made up mostly of, fruits and vegetables, as I stated earlier, and the paleo part is founded in a balanced nutritional program focusing on nutrient-based whole foods such as vegetables, fish, nuts, seeds, things of that nature, and a little bit of fruit, and of course, as we all know, lots of water. What you can't eat on a Pegan diet is no processed foods, no alcohol, no sugar, no gluten, no pasta, no potatoes, no white or wheat bread, no packaged anything. No type of wheat products, no legumes except for lentils, which is outstanding. But in your primary meal source, again, is typically vegetables. And you can add some extra side items, just as long as it doesn't make up more than 25% of your diet. The exceptions, though, however, that I make for myself are beans, chickpeas, cottage cheese, cheeses, things like that. And you're really not supposed to eat those things on the Pegan diet. But because I don't eat meat, I have to substitute for something as far as protein intake. So those are the exceptions that I make for the diet, because I do love a good bean soup. I do. It's delicious. There's just something about heartiness of beans or a bean soup that I just love. It's kind of reminiscent of when I was a little girl and it would be storming and raining outside, and my mom would make a bean type soup, and it's so nostalgic for me. So I do love a bean soup. And also, not to mention that they are good sources of protein. And I do consume a healthy amount of cottage cheese for the protein benefits. But again, it's not one of those things on the list for the Pegan diet. But because I'm not eating meat, I'm just kind of switching it out. So, it's probably not the best thing, but it works for me. Approved items on the Pegan diet, again, are fruits, vegetables, grass-fed meats, nuts, seeds, eggs, fish, and lentils. And there are so many things, you guys, that you can create using those things. And I've shared a couple of them with you here on my channel. And as the days progress, I'm just going to keep posting more and more. So it's definitely working for me. And hopefully, you know, you guys can find some value in this video. One of my primary problems before getting on Zepbound was inflammation. I mentioned this a little bit in a couple videos back, but it was absolutely terrible. And some of my favorite foods were causing that, such as steaks, hamburgers, bacon, sausage, deli meat, deep fried foods, sugary foods, cereal with sugar, you know, things of that nature. And I have now learned that chronic inflammation can damage your body organs on a cellular level, and which causes a whole host of problems like diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, which for me, as I've shared this with you guys before, at least a part of it, is that prior to my Zepbound journey, I was pre-diabetic. I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis, which I have to take medication for so I don't fall down and break a hip. And, you know, who's to say, because I was having such huge inflammation problems, it could have, you know, attributed to that. Don't know. And heart disease does run in my family. So this whole process has been great, not only for weight loss, but just for my overall health. I don't want to fall out and die of a heart attack or anything like that. I mean, even though, you know, even though people who exercise daily and have for years fall out and, you know, die of a heart attack, but I can do everything that I can to prevent it. You know, this change has been life-saving, and thank goodness for the Zepbound journey, because I don't think I would have been in this new learning space without it. And even though, you know, the information's always been there, but I think because I was just so lazy, I guess. Not only just lazy, but in my habits. You know, in my enjoying food. So I'm not sure that I would have found this journey. And, you know, I can't express enough how great it is that you can still be a foodie and be healthy. That has been the most exciting parts of this journey. You don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to go without. You don't have to not have your favorite foods for, you know, months and years on end, because there's an alternative. You can still enjoy those wonderful, beautiful flavors and not feel like, damn it, I'm on a diet, I can't have nothing. You don't feel like that. So it has just been such a game changer for me. And, you know, I ran across this analogy the other day. And it was very interesting. And it said that the human body resembles a plant. And you must feed it the proper elements for optimal growth and health. That makes perfect sense to me. You wouldn't pour garbage into your potting soil where your plant lives, because eventually it would kill it. The same applies for us, right? It's like a light bulb went off for me. Because you know what? Your plant may very well die within a few weeks, but our bodies do everything that they can to stay alive, so it takes a little bit longer. But if you're feeding it garbage, it's gonna die sooner than later. So that was a thought process changing statement that I read. So I wanted to share that with you guys. For those of you who haven't come to that realization yet, I am 54 and it barely, I'm like, oh, that's right. So it took me a little bit, to come to that realization. I'm so glad I ran across it, because it's like, damn, that's true. That's true. I'm feeding my body garbage and then wonder why I feel like shit, or, wonder why I feel crappy all the time. And now that I've witnessed that when you eat well, your body will thank you. I've witnessed it. I'm witnessing it now. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, what I'm going to feel like, what I'm going to look like, not just weight-wise, but just overall health. Have you ever seen somebody that, they're thin and stuff, but they just look tired and run down, So I want to see what all of this new change in dieting, food intake, the type of food I'm intaking, how that's going to look on me in a couple of, maybe 6 months to a year. I can't wait to share it with you guys as time moves on. But yeah, so that really changed my whole thought process, because I want to feed my mind and my body good things. Because you put good things in, you get good things out. So I just wanted to pop on and share that with you guys, some thoughts that I had. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.